Check. 1 2 1 2. Bader Games in the building. You know what it is. Okay, I think my levels are good. I think the lighting is good. See everything here. We're gonna deal with this. We're gonna go with this. All right. Thank you all for being on the show right now, being part of the show. I see you in the comments already. I'm gonna do this. First things first, my peoples come first. My peoples help me make this show. My people that are part of the show, my people that have subbed, liked, and comment. Thank you all. Always appreciated. We've got a great show today. You see what's going on here with regards to the topics, right? Bader Games TV, topics consistently there. So you know what we're going to go through. On top of that, if you're here, you probably saw the thumbnail. Either follow me on Twitter or you saw the notification. And if you're not getting notification, please, right now, if you're hearing this, please just go hit that bell notification. That bell notification will make sure that you're alerted when I am live, okay? Because sometimes you don't always see it in the kind of like what's new or what's happened, right? But we're gonna do this first. I'm gonna make sure to put the first in the building today with regards to the show is Andrew. Big up Vader. First in the show, my guy. And we got Julian in the building. Blue City Hearts and the Shark. Hey, bro. Shark, blood's in the water. All right. That spear that we're smelling. We need a win this weekend. Andrew, you're 100% right. But before we get into this weekend, because you see, I'm going to talk about the next game. We are going to deal with what just happened yesterday. Oh my goodness. What happened yesterday? We're going to do this right, though. We're going to do this right. You know, if you don't know, now you know. Go by Vader Games, full name. I'm based out here in Toronto, all right? Beautiful city. The weather's amazing. It's like 17 degrees. It's spring is actually here. It's nice and warm. And perfect time. Best time to visit the city. I'm going to show you a little scenery. And if you ever get a chance, city fan or not, get to talk ball. And if you're local, you're in the area, we can make that happen. But let me show you. Let me do this proper when we kick off the show. Why Always Me? Episode 78. Believe it or not, we're getting closer to that Centurion number, slowly but steady. Okay. Everything's looking good here. We got to get into it. Andrew goes, bro, I could talk about it, but I'd watch it 3 times already. Nah, I hear you, man. To be honest with you, I haven't watched it for a second time fully. I actually watched the second half. I watched the second half fully, but I hadn't gone back to watch that first half. But we got a lot to say. Now, let's go first off of the thumbnail, all right? First off, City still have more levels to get to, all right? We're playing well. We're getting into the groove. It looks like Pep's got his consistent 11, 12, 13 players that he has. We know more are going to be required to really close out the season to keep everybody fresh, mint, hungry, and ready to contribute. But we know that we can reach new levels, higher levels, okay? But we are looking good right now. We're looking very good right now. And I just want to make sure that we stress that. Let's be happy of our club. Let's be happy of the results. Let's praise the players for what they're doing, but also know we can continue to encourage them. We continue to point out that there's more. Trust me, there is more. Julian goes, crazy thing is Haaland and Alvarez have no problem with pressure in their first season. They feel it. Trust me, as a player, as a competitor, you feel the pressure, but it's how you deal with it. They feel it, but they got no problem handling it. They got no problem with it, and you know it. There's many examples, whether it's your first speech, your first talk in front of people, maybe the first time you're doing a YouTube live. You know, a lot of people do They upload videos so they get a chance to edit and go over and correct things. Nah, this is live. Some people can't do it, or some people have the nervousness and can't do it. Some people have the nervousness and go through it. This is, I think, what we're seeing from Alvarez and Haaland. They feel it. It's there. These are big moments, Champions League moments, but they're handling it. Great praise to them, and it only means we're going to get more from them the more familiar they are and comfortable they are. Andrew goes, if I had that TV like Patrick, right? The Patrick with the TV to rewind things, and I'm sure it's like a 60+ crazy inch that he's got over there TV wise. It's like mad big TV, rewinding things and seeing them in crazy detail. That'd be hype. Andrew goes, yeah, every player is going to get more minutes now because we're going to steamroll teams and rotate. We are. And oh, man. See, you guys in the chat, you're brilliant. I'm going to say this. You guys are brilliant. And I kind of want to, I sometimes think of how the conversation is going to go, obviously with the topics, but then you guys are so brilliant with some of the things that you point up. And then I can kind of go the other way. With how we've looked, with how dominant we've been, with how we've been scoring, there's a byproduct. There's a cause and effect to that, and we need to be calm and prepared because we know it's coming. And Pep obviously knows that it's coming because he's been working on this build-up system, right? He's been working on the inverted fullback, but more importantly, he's been working how we build up, we move the ball around, we try to break down and find weak moments within defenses. Is that the way we've been slapping teams, the aftermath, the byproduct, right? The cause and effect is that teams are going to be like, I can't let City do this to me. I'm going to be defensively sound. So we need to be prepared to come up against some terrible low blocks, some 5-bank fives. It might be rough. It might be rough, but we've got the quality to break it down. True. Daniel goes, Vader, how are you feeling today? Man, Daniel, the workout this morning was easy. The pep manager, but there was a pep in my step, man. The workout was easy. The energy was there. I didn't quite even have it like an appetite. Everything's nice and calm. I don't know what's powering me. Maybe it's because the weather's so nice, the sun, but just a great day, Daniel. I hope you're having the same, man. Just a great day. Rodri, my man of the match, his goal. Hey, we're gonna get into it. I tried to put up. Did it work? I tried to put up a vote. Let me know in the chat if that thing actually worked. Let me know in the chat if that actually worked. I'm working on it. Oh, Klilnical goes, I voted clean sheet because I generally prefer we win 2-0 than 3-1 yesterday. The fact that they didn't score a single goal will stay with them. Klilnical. Bop, bop, bop. That's what I'm talking about. I'm in agreement. That's why I kind of posed it. But I do see the other side. But I do like that clean sheet. 2-0, 3-0 especially. Great. To not have conceded, especially because the most dangerous opportunities to concede would have been Sane, and I'm so glad that Sane didn't get that on us. You know what I mean? But I respect that. Klilnical. Andrew goes, Alvarez is going to be key for rotation. It's like his brother from South America, left foot, right passes, and shots. Trust me. I like that, Andrew. Daniel, Julian Alvarez is better than Jesus. I don't care what anyone says. This kid won a World Cup and is so dangerous. He is only getting better under Pep. Daniel, you're right. Jesus, great soldier for the club. Putting great service. But we can see the difference with Julian. We can see the difference in Julian. And you see one of the topics I have right here, right? Or right here. Alvarez, green light. Alvarez has a green light that we haven't seen many other players get other than KDB. Let's be real. Alvarez, year one at City, he's got a green light. And this green light term is something that you hear in North American sports, more so with regards to basketball. It's like certain players, it doesn't matter. They've got a green light, not a caution light, not a red light. They've got a green light to do what they want. They have a green light to shoot. They get the ball, they get to do their thing. Alvarez has that. Alvarez has that trust. Alvarez has been given that freedom from Pep, and it's great to see. It's great to see. Andrew, Alvarez is an upgrade from Kuhn. Ooh. Andrew, why you got to do that, man? Andrew, man, no. We can be. Let's be amped up, hyped. Let's be, yeah. Let's be giddy. Let's be giddy. But no, we got to chill. Alvarez, an upgrade. I guess if you're talking Aguero's last few years at City, I hear you. But nah, I'm not entertaining that right now. Nah, Andrew, nah, I'm not doing it. Julian goes, he just shifted the ball for the cross stones. Yes. Missed by many. The quality of what Alvarez did was missed by many, right? You kind of see the end result. You see the cross. But Alvarez especially, and even going back, let me say this of Leroy Sané. They both keep the ball in a position to always be dangerous with it. If you notice, they don't need much to get a shot off. They don't need much in terms of a wind, to wind up and get the shot off. Like, it's a great skill. And the way he did that cross, it was well noted. Well noted. The girl RK in the building. Woo! Woo! I love this pod. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wait. I love the live. Oh, gotcha. My bad. I read that too quickly. You love the live polls. I'm with you on that one. Hopefully you love the pod as well, thinking, but the show. I know what you mean. Thank you so much. My girl. Daniel, let's go, Vader. Tears of joy. Fire. City Blue Heart. I'm going to enjoy that game between Madrid and Chelsea today because we did our job. Trust me, Daniel. Feet are going to be up. Trust me. Feet are going to be up today. I'm going to have the screens up, working while I play, while I watch the game, you know what I mean? It's going to be nice. Okay, Andrew, Spider-Man and football dudes saved the day even when we don't need saving. We didn't need it. We didn't need that third goal. It was nice to get it. And the way we were moving that ball around, Alvarez, key, Spider-Man's nice. And the celebration that he does when he scores is absolutely phenomenal. All right, Daniel, why are we, some in our fan base, talking about Alvarez being a bench player because of Haaland? No. The guy played in the 10 yesterday, and in games before, he can play anywhere in that front five. Daniel, I'm not quite sure of the conversation or the debate or the attempt to kind of maybe categorize Alvarez, right? But what many do in the fan base is try to figure out, okay, it's kind of like 1 + 1 is 2, or it's either X's and O's, type thing. With regards to Alvarez, and in the year one, I think what Pep either knew or discovered, or he's always realized, is that the skill set that Alvarez has, he can play anywhere, like you just mentioned. But it's the quality that's within the squad that makes things of challenge, right? Alvarez is showing, not that he's a midfielder, I wouldn't go that far, but he's showing that he can play in those spaces, right? And he's also showing that if he happens to be on the bench, he can come in and play in the role of a Gundogan, play in the role of a KDB with regards to the areas of the pitch that they occupy, right? And we know he can play on either wing and he can play at 9. I think where it is an interesting conversation, and I'm not having this on Why Always Me. I'm not going to have it on Why Always Me. But when we think of the quality and to have him on the pitch, we then need to also say, okay, well, who is not in the 11 with Alvarez on the pitch, right? I'm not having that today, though. But it's a great problem to have. We've all said this. To have a World Cup winner, to have Haaland, who is setting records after records after records, and to figure out how to have them both play and get the best out of them, right, is a great problem that Pep happens to have. I see pitch points, Gundolorian backstage. I'm going to bring him forward after these next two comments. Daniel goes, Alvarez is a completely different player to Aguero. Aguero is a striker. Alvarez can play everywhere across the front five, and Aguero was lazy. Alvarez is a workhorse. We look at youth. Sergio later in his career didn't quite have the same work rate as he did when, Atletico Madrid, an early arrival to City, but they are very different. They are very different. And we all know this. Daniel, you know this. Sergio Aguero had to also show that he could do what Pep wanted him to do with regards to work rate, with regards to moving and pressing on the defense. So you bring up a great point. Andrew goes, Kuhn is always king, but Alvarez is like B Silva everywhere on the pitch. Oh, he's like Bernardo Silva. I know what you mean. Be anywhere on the pitch with the ball is secured, and he's fast. He's fast and physical. You look at him and you may think young, doesn't quite have the physique, but look at his legs, look at the quads, look at the hamstrings. He is a strong young man, and he's gonna continue to make problems. Daniel goes, we looked better when KDB came off and Alvarez came on. To a certain degree. I'm glad that KDB came off because he did suffer a little bit of that ankle, make an ankle twist on that sideline, and it's best to rest him because we're going to need him. We're going to need him 100%. Pitch points, my man Gundolorian in the building. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I have a lunch break of about 10, 20 minutes, so yeah, good.
Perfect. All right. So you see, let me do this nice and clean. I want to make sure that I'm best able to manage the timestamps moving forward. So I'm gonna put this as a marker. Vader game. And we're gonna get into the first topic, and it's Champions League first leg win 3-0 versus Bayern Munich. Sigh of relief for myself. I watched the game. I actually had to travel and watch the game. Well, I had my daughter watch the game, tell me what was happening while I was driving my son to basketball practice for the last 15 minutes. But it was absolutely amazing. Gundo, let me ask you, how'd you watch the game? What was your setup? How'd you enjoy that game, man?
Bro, Champions League nights, I cancel all my meetings, literally. Clear out all my meetings, and I just focus on the game from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I have a special room that I go to when I believe brings me luck.
Okay.
Luck.
Okay. Team
so
luck
I sit
room.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, I sit there. I turn off my phone, and I just focus on the game.
Nice.
That's what I just do.
Yeah, I did my best to get work done out of the way so that I was freed up for 3. But then obviously there's after school, some programs that my son and daughter are involved in. So that's why there's a little interrupt with the basketball. But man, great performance, great result. I want to point this out real quick with regards to the comments. Actually, I missed this one. Hold on. Daniel goes, can someone in our team please take the ball away from KDB when we have corners? His corners are awful this season. Alvarez had way better corners when he came on. It's not true, but he did have some good service corner-wise in that game. Alvarez's corners were nice in that game, but I don't think
but Alvarez came in and played 25 minutes. KDB's played 3 games in 6 days. What do you expect him to do? To have 100% fitness and energy? No. Come on, guys. Seriously.
Yeah, but I hear the point with regards to corners, because this is what if they're both on the pitch though, Daniel, this is what I would say. If they're both on the pitch though, I would want KDB taking the corners because I would want Alvarez sniffing around that 18-yard box, right, Daniel? Let's think about that, my guy. Let's think about that.
But I mean, KDB has played 3 games in God knows how many days. It's just Pep did the right move to bring Alvarez on instead of him.
Yeah.
And by the way, how good is Alvarez? By the way, this idea that somehow he's not ready or he's not good enough is just utter bollocks. The kid is brilliant.
The kid's come along very, very, very well, and I think he's
The
been
kid has
managed
always been
well.
there, Peter. The kid has always been there.
No,
This same thing you're seeing now is what he did at River Plate.
no, no,
Won the
no.
World
I
Cup.
know that. I know
Yeah.
that. But to come over and to also, because like all our players, to deal with things year one and the amount of games that he played, as we were just talking
Yeah,
about
so, but
KDB and
yeah,
the
but
amount of games that he played recently.
yeah,
Alvarez, go
yeah,
ahead.
but I mean, this idea that he played so many games, it's like, again, it's utter nonsense. The
No,
guy
but
is
it's
21 years
factual though.
old. He's 21 years old, right? He knows how to
Hmm.
play in Argentina, which is a tough league. Argentina league is tougher, more physical than the championship in England and the Premier League, and he's a champion. So this idea
Okay.
that somehow he's some kind of flower is going to wilt because he's playing so many games,
I don't think that's ever
it's just
no, but
not
I don't
right.
think that's ever been the criticism that he couldn't
I've heard
handle
that a
the
lot from
league.
people, mate.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
Andrew, no, fair, fair. Andrew goes, yeah, Alvarez is more comfortable with the ball at his feet. He makes passes and dynamic runs. Again, we go from quality to quality. Alvarez being subbed on with KDB being taken off. Again, that little twist, ankle twist that I saw on the sideline, I was happy to see KDB. If he had to come off precautionary, I'm with it with Alvarez and that performance that he put in. Cap goes Vader. Not a bad day yesterday, since we will never win a Champions League and Arsenal already won the title. Cap, I see what you did. I see what you did. You see the platinums right here. You see the platinums. I'm wise to what you're doing. And we move. We move. Andrew goes Vader. Your team. Oh my. Wait, owe me 3 more goals, but next leg you're gonna make it up. You know what? Now, this is great. This is great because I'm gonna do this all nice and clean. Let me put a star on that one, Andrew. I got that point. You guys are segueing excellently.
Vader game.
Because when we talk about the performances, right? They were amazing. I saw the conditions. I saw the way the rain was going sideways on the screen. I saw how some of the cameras had rain on it. Those were not calm, easy conditions, environments to be passing the ball, to be doing that beautiful football that we saw yesterday, right? And because of that, you have to give the players extra kudos because at times I almost forgot how bad the conditions were. I had to hear it from the commentator talking about how the winds are still strong because the way they were moving the ball around the pitch, I was like, whoa, this is nice. I'm not going to say champagne because like I said, there's more levels that City will go to, but that was quality Champions League football that we saw. And I want to point out, and I see you guys in the comments, I want to point out that the performances overall, the results that we had, I have to point out, like Andrew said, the team may owe 3 more goals, right? We saw Gundo, he could have calmed down a little bit on a pass. We saw Haaland maybe rush when he could have taken a touch before taking a shot. And we saw actually Gundo another one where he had a great chance. I think it was in the second half, kind of like a save or rebound, and then he kicked it on the keeper. We could have raised it a little bit. But I'm gonna say this:
Yeah,
the missed goals also can't be overlooked, but neither can the saves that Ederson delivered last night.
this is the thing, right? This is where I get upset with a lot of some of our fan base when they slander Edison,
Mm,
because I would have no other keeper in the world apart from Edison. No one.
I'm in
The
agreement.
things that he does for our team, nobody else can do. Not Allison, not Manuel Neuer,
Yep.
nobody else can do with that left foot. Is he the
Mhm.
best shot stopper in the whole world? No. I don't need him to be the best shot stopper in the whole world. I need him to be able to be the extra person at the back who can build the play and find those pockets. And his distribution is so accurate, he can ping a 60-yarder right on the touch of the line on the right side to Mahrez or to
Guinness
Gak.
Book record holder. Guinness Book record holder. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's how you beat the press. That's how we killed Arsenal, right?
Hmm.
De Bruyne's goal from Edison. You know
I'm in
why?
agreement.
You know why the first game we played against Arsenal at the Etihad, we struggled and it was 1-0. You know why? Because Ortega was in goal. Because Arsenal played man to man.
Mm-hmm.
Ortega had to ping a ball to the
Mm-hmm.
player, and he wasn't accurate enough.
Mhm.
That's why it was 1-0. And they played man-to-man. When they tried it, man-to-man against City at the Emirates, guess what happened? 3-1.
Right.
So this debate, I mean, we need to stop following these crazy accounts and ITKs who spew this foolishness out there without thinking about things that are really reality. Think about Julian Alvarez,
Mhm.
right? Alvarez is dynamic, the energy, the pressing, the running. Bayern had no answer for him when he came on.
Mhm.
No answer to Alvarez, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so we just need to recognize that, look, squad for squad, the only person I would have, the two people I would have from Bayern's team in our team, right, are the left back and I would have Sane. Everybody else, not really.
Oh yeah. Oh, Davies, of course. Davies. Oh yeah. No
Yeah,
doubt. No doubt.
that's it. We just
Yeah.
need to change the way we think about our players and not to have this, oh, I'm afraid I'm this. I mean, no, it's time to step up. And the
Mm.
fans yesterday, local fans at the stadium were magnificent.
Oh, they're incredible.
They were
Incredible
awesome.
from kickoff. And again, it wasn't a calm space. Like it wasn't like the weather was great. You know what I mean? So to be singing, to be chanting, to be encouraging the team. You know what's funny, Gundo? I don't know if this was picked up on TV for you, but every time the ball came to the sideline and Davies had it, I heard someone go, "Oh Canada!" It happened like 4 or 5 times,
Oh, really?
and
I
it's
didn't
like,
hear that.
yeah, it came up on the TV when I heard it. So you could hear that, you could tell that they were razzing all the players, and they were up for it. It was a great performance. Player, manager, fan base, absolutely great. I enjoyed yesterday. Going back to the performances in Ederson, and I agree with you. And I want to add to it. This is where they want to talk about hacking a system. You know, it's a term these days. You see these videos, life hacks, right? Or breaking the code. With Pep and his discovery of Ederson and saying, "This is the keeper I want," right? He's identified. He said, "This is the keeper I want." It's truly 11. It's 11 versus 10 in attack with us. It's
It is.
11, and it's great to see, because when teams choose to want to close in and press on Ederson, I'm often like, yes,
I mean, Vader,
let's exploit this.
let me expand on this topic. So yesterday we had practice. My U14, we start our first game on Friday,
Mm,
and we were reviewing our build out play, how we want to build out. What I explained to our keeper is that, you are the 11th person on the field. You're the 11th player.
right.
You're not just when you have the ball, you're not just a goalkeeper. You're actually a player. So we are building out the play. Think like a player who's good on the ball.
Hmm.
And you're the one who's the extra person that nobody can touch because you're the extra person, right?
Yeah.
So, yes, Ederson yesterday showed us that he can shot stop. That's the Ederson I saw at Benfica before he came to City.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
so
And Daniel
yeah,
goes on to say, these Ederson haters watch this team under Pep for 7 years now and still don't get how we play. Courtois would make our team worse no matter how good his shot stopping is. There's things that we negate. There's things that we don't allow other teams to do because of the quality of Ederson. Like Gundo just explained, if you're not looking at the game holistically, if from beginning to end, offense and in defense, right, attack and defend, you're gonna miss the beauty of Ederson. And the point, I know many of you aren't going to take the time, but look at the teams that do play a high line or teams that do press high. Look at the differences, and Gundo brought up a great example of Arsenal. Look at how they attacked us, or quote unquote defended against us, when it was Ortega to when it was Ederson.
yeah,
Night and day. It's night and
yeah.
day. He creates a different set of problems.
And before I have to go right now, so there's one more thing I want to talk
Mhm.
about. So when we do our practices in the academy here, right? and we actually play 3v3s because we want the kids to have more touches on the ball. Small sided games to have more touches. We call it 3v3 plus 1.
Okay.
We don't say goalkeeper.
Okay.
Right? So in the City Academy here, they don't say, we have 1 goalkeeper, 3 players. It's 3v3 plus 1.
Okay.
The plus 1, right? Your role as a plus 1 depends on who has the ball, who doesn't have the ball. Right? When you don't have the ball, then you become what? You become the extra player who's open to receive. When you have the ball, you can be the goalkeeper or you can be the one who builds out. So it's 3v3 plus 1.
All right. Oh, I see that.
Right?
I see that. Yeah.
Right? So when I make these arguments on Twitter and people kind of, there's a reason why this is the same program that the EDS uses, the 18s use, they all use it, right? And this is kind of what we do. I was there yesterday again doing the same thing, watching kids do the build out play and watching them build and having zones where they can't cross, so it forces them to play the ball and pass the ball.
Right. Yeah. I remember you limit the type of passes that they can execute within a space, and you encourage them to actually find solutions.
Find solutions. We talked about, for example, when you're doing the rondo, and we have this thing called a box. It's 3v2 or 4v2, and what we try to do is make sure that, for example, we teach them what they call numerical superiority. How do we overload one side with numbers as opposed to the other team? So in rondo is not just about passing the ball; it's about how do I outnumber you in an area of the field and switch the play.
Fair enough.
And we see this in the game, at the Etihad. It's so much, man. It's so much I'm learning from this manager Guardiola and the City Academy. It's crazy. I gotta run. I gotta meet.
No, I respect Gundo. Yeah. I know you got to do your thing. Thanks for taking a short break, lunch break, and being on the show. Much respect, my guy. And his channel are in the detail. Like the details are in the description. So make sure to log in, click that, and add another sub if you haven't already. Thank you so much, Gundo. Have a great Wednesday. FIFA. Now I gotta do this. FIFA. You did not tell me it was an easy win. That was not an easy win. FIFA, don't do that. That was not an easy win. That was hard work. That was focus. That was execution. That was not easy. It looked easy. It looked easy, but it was not easy. All right, FIFA. Don't go around spreading that it was easy. It was not. It looked easy, but it was not easy. That's what proper coaching and training does. Andrew goes, they sang it after Silva had that nutmeg. Hey, you know what? Silva was on it. He was on it. He early in that game, sideline, he kind of flicked it away from Davies, trying to put in like just a standing tackle, and he kind of flicked it and he went down the sideline. Ever since then, he was like, Davies, you better think twice. You better be sure on what you're gonna do, because I might make you look silly. Silva was on it. Absolutely beautiful. And I start some of the comments. I see you guys. Mo goes 100%. Ederson is integral to the way Pep wants to play. He may not be the best, but he's best for us. That's exactly it. And I'm calm. I'm calm with others saying such and such is better. They would prefer so and so. Cool. Because this is what you often hear rivals say. Oh, in a one-on-one situation or end of the game, who would you want? Okay. End of the game, crunch. I hear that argument. For the entirety of a game, to have less stress, less pressure, less not inviting as much attacking pressure from the opposing team. Who would you rather? Ederson all day. All day I want Ederson. Trust me on that one. Now, I'm going to go through these last few comments, and then we are going to review saves as well as goals. I'm going to do that quickly for you guys. Now, Daniel goes, we have the biggest unbeaten streak at home by an English team in UCL history. Facts. We have the best home record in Europe this season, but somehow the Etihad still doesn't get enough credit. It's a fortress. Daniel, you know this. Everyone in the chat, City fans, you know this. We're not going to get the credit. No matter how quality, how nice it is, no matter how dominant we've been, we've all done this. We've talked about it on CIA. We've talked about it on Mancunian Way, Pitch Points, True City Fan. The pundits, The media aren't in our favor. Those on the soapboxes say, look at City, look at what they're doing. It's amazing. We don't got the numbers like that. We don't got the people on the platforms like that. You know, I'm humbly thankful, grateful for the 100 centurion plus views that I get with a video drop. It's not 1,000 numbers, right? It's not in the Ks. I don't get K views. But those that do get those K views, they don't talk about us like that. They don't. And it's cool. It's cool. Listen, you guys and girls, genetically blessed. Don't need to prove it to anyone else. Confident in your health, because health is wealth. That's all that matters. We know how good we are. We know how dominant we've been. We know how mint our football is right now. We know how mint it is. We don't need the outsiders to say anything different. The records are speaking for themselves. And speaking of records, speaking of the run that we're on, that will be discussed on CIA Intelligent Agendas this week. Okay, this week we're going to be focusing on. Let me do a promo within the show, and I don't normally do this, but I'm going to do this on CIA this week. We're going to talk about childhood years. Okay, we're going to be talking about, often many of us, we go back and we, the good old days, the good times, or when I became a fan, right? And I saw the comment earlier, I forget who mentioned it, but they asked, are my kids football fans? Both my son and daughter are City fans. They'll sit down, they'll watch the game with me. My daughter more so than my son. My son's been playing some basketball, and he's older, energetic. He's trying to get out there more. But when the ball's around, they kick it around. They love the sport. When it comes down to the influence, like where they're at, okay, I got an 11-year-old, I got a 10-year-old. These years, they're, what is it? Middle childhood, because I think adolescence is 13 and older. These years, for any kid that's around that age or were at that age when City kind of just started being consistent with the winning, this is the influence that many of us kind of talk about or refer to when we talk about our childhood and who was dominating and who was doing what, right? Not sure of what your age is, but early Premier League with 92, 93, if you happened to be a teen during that time, you would have witnessed a certain club winning more often than not. So that's now seeped into your memory, into your subconscious, or even your conscious, to be like, that's the club that's been good, been dominant, deservingly so, have the history, have the heritage. Any kid, any young adult now, going back 10 years to when they were 12, 13, right? Their middle school years, their high school years. And if they're living through what City has been the last 10 plus years, that's their quote unquote united experience, right? That's their united dominant early 90s to City dominant for a 12, 13-year-old 10 years ago, now in their 20s. We're going to be talking about that on the CIA and that effect, because like many marketers, probably the biggest, best marketer with regards to Nike, guess who their target audience is? Guess who they try to influence with regards to being future long-term consumers of their product? Guessed it, that age group. That age group. So good things in the horizon in the future for City. My lighting's starting to mess up right now. I see how it's getting a little harsh. I know I went off on a rant. I did not mean to do that. I'm so sorry on that one. Let me go to the comments real quick. Andrew goes, guys, Arsenal fans saying what they will do at the Etihad, but I can't remember them smashing us anywhere. Andrew, Arsenal will be dealt with when the time comes. I gotta adjust my lighting. Yeah, I think that's better. Arsenal will be dealt with when the time comes. But like I said, all right, it's not quite seen on camera right now. But the next game we focus on is Leicester. Arsenal will be dealt with when the time is appropriate. We don't need to even think or discuss them. They're a non-factor right now. Don't worry about Arsenal. Zeno goes, most important thing is the second leg, is us getting the first goal. Listen, we know that they have to come out. Tuchel can't turtle and be his defensive ways, or maybe he could choose to and maybe try to win the game in the second half. That might be his choice. But he's got to go out and get some goals. And if he's going out to get some goals, he's going to be vulnerable. We're going to take our chances. We're going to make the most of it. We've got too many clinical men's on this team right now not to. And I love it. I love it. Clinical. You know what? It's not about the amount of poison you have. I'm sorry if this sounds a little too harsh, but the most deadliest snakes out there, the most deadliest predators out there. It's about the potency of the venom, of the poison, right? And that's what we got. We're potent with our scoring right now. Haaland, Alvarez, Rodri. Oh my god! You know what? I'm moving too slow on this show right now. Blue Heart. It's a great thing to encourage goalkeepers to think like an outfielder player and behave like one. For their position, though, it's very important to encourage keeper skills just as much. No, you're Blue Heart. You're right. Right. It's not about forsaking one for the other, but again, football is a game majorly played with your feet. You don't want any body on that pitch to not, if you can prevent it, to not be equally as skilled with regards to distribution of that ball, especially with that keeper. It is a huge plus. You don't want those keepers that are like kicking and hoping for the placement to be right, or kicking and hoping for the trajectory and the amount of height to place on a ball. Ederson is that nice with it, and it's a huge advantage. I hear you, though. Zeno goes, also Silva, 23 duels is crazy. Yo, man, was nice. Martin Mancunia, please, if you're not aware of his channel, details are in the description. Hit that sub button on them as well. Show them some love. Please smash the like button and show Vader lots of support and subscribe. Thank you, my friend. Blue Heart. That's their stock and trade after all. That's their stock and trade after all. No, I hear you with regards to the keeper. You got to be able to keep. You got to be able to keep the ball out of the net. A large way to keep the ball from getting in the net is to make sure that we have the ball and they don't. And I saw a level of calmness from Ederson yesterday in those terrible weather conditions, and I was happy to see he's clicking too. They always try digging at City first. Oh, they always try digging at City. First was Premier League and fans. Now it's UCL and filling our stadium. Let them do what they want, man. We're about to add on extra seats in that stadium. Talking about filling them. We have been filling them. And I don't even have the stats right now. Maybe that's something I'll add to CIA. But then there's also sold out or max capacity. We're always tops. We're one of the tops in that. So let's relax. Mo goes, where are the next? Oh, we are the next generation. Mo, trust me, I don't know your age, and I would never ask that of you guys. You see me, I just mentioned I got a kid, 10 and 11, right? I got some platinums coming in. If you can kind of see, they're the generation, right? And actually, I would also say, in terms of City continuing like this, that generation is going to be even more influenced than yours to a certain degree, because they're going to be so much younger to have only kind of like seen that level of success. If you happen to be in your 20s, when you would have maybe engulfed yourself into the sport, City is like their boom foundation, right? The base of things, because of how successful we've been. But it's a great combo. Cap goes, people don't realize Ederson is a big reason why we dominate teams the way we do. He is meant to minimize the number of shots we receive. Boom, Cap, you're killing it. I'm not saying anything else. You're right. Mo, wait until these others phase out in the media. Woo! Mo, I don't know if they're ever gonna let the agenda filled bias pundit or media personality or influence ever be a city person. I don't think they'll ever, like the way we see these numbers, Liverpool, United, and Arsenal. The way we see those numbers, I don't think we'll ever really see that for City. I don't. But well, maybe we make our own. We make our own lane, right? This is what we're doing with the content right now, right? You guys obviously you can go. There's other channels, huge numbers, but then there's also, you know what? Let me hear something different. Let me get a different take on it. Let me get something that's not quite mainstream or cookie cutter or repetitive. And I hope that's why you guys are here. Blue Heart, we all know the product that City produced at the Etihad is quality. We don't need credit or our product is pure quality. Magnifique. Excellent. Beau. Joli. All describing what you just said. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love to hear City fans all over the world, but especially kids supporting with their moms and dads. Man, it's a little bit of a battle in the house because the games are long, right? And the time zone makes things a little different on my end because I still want my kids to be very active. But sometimes the games take place on times when I would want them outside. But recording the game, sitting down, memories of maybe having some dessert for them to kind of watch and then the game. I'm doing all those things. I'm with it. They're going to be City fans for life. Andrew, fans saying Ederson isn't good, but their keeper trying to beat him. Andrew, you're right. You're right. 100% clinical in the building. Oh, clinical, you had asked me earlier, man of the match. It's a tough one, man. So many great performances. But what really stood out for me, because whenever he was tested, he delivered, was Ederson. Ederson was right there. Rain, wind going across his face. Sound. If there's maybe there's just one where I kind of questioned where he kind of deflected the ball that was coming in at him, but he was ready for those shots. Sane does have a great foot. He does have a great foot. So Ederson was the one that I was like, whoo, love what you did today. And was said earlier, had it been like a 2-0, I would have been calm with it. Had it been like a 3-1, I like the 2-0 because it's like they could not score against us, right? That's what I like. Mo in the building. I meant we as in City. I'm as old, if not older than you, Vader. Okay, my bad, Mo. My bad. I hear you. Yeah. City. Yeah, I got you. Oh, my bad. I almost missed this. Cap goes, can't believe we've gone from Sterling Jesus finishing, their type of finishing, to Haaland Alvarez finishing. Totally different levels. This is I didn't kill Sterling and Jesus so much at the time because I was like, these guys are getting into great positions, right? Especially Sterling. Sterling's pace, his pace is dangerous. So the way he was able to get into some spots and be so threatening was key. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I'm giving you credit for getting in those positions, but I need you to just be calm and be more clinical. Know how you want to set yourself up to take the shot and make it a dangerous and clinical finish. But yeah, Haaland, Alvarez. Oh, scary settings. Mo, yeah, I got that one already. FIFA, Wembley next week, easy dub. FIFA. You said it was an easy dub against Bayern, and I corrected you. It looked easy. It was not easy. Us in Wembley will not be easy. I do expect a dub, but it will not be easy. Blue Heart, not good for school nights and days, but love seeing kids having something to cheer for and love. Yeah. It's funny because sometimes I'll have non-city games on, right? So depending on the standings, they'll ask me who do we want to win today, type thing. And so they know that we don't want anyone in red to win, except for this past weekend when they were asking, they saw the game Liverpool and Arsenal, and they're like, so Daddy, what do we want in this game? Do we want to draw? I was like, we'll take a draw. But in this case, we want Liverpool to win. So they're kind of getting it. They're getting the hand of it. The girl RK, my husband is a Man U fan. Oh my goodness. My best friend's a Man U fan, actually. when I started following EPL. I didn't realize the clubs were rivals. It was just love at first sight, sky blue for me. The girl RK, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. And you know what? The fact that they are rivals, it's a little bit of yin and yang, a little bit of salty and sweet in that household. It makes the games more enjoyable, to be honest with you. Klilnical, I'd give it to Diaz personally. That Musiala shot was definitely going in, and it was very well placed. Yeah, Ederson was going to be beat on that shot. I don't like how Musiala had that time because he was able to pick out that corner. But yeah, great block, great block. FIFA off topic. Mane the what? Why you say Mane the clown? You got to expand on that. And I don't want to get derailed, man. I need to get through these. Blue Heart. I was a bit worried when Sterling went to Chelsea. Now I feel a little sorry for him. Yeah. I get the business move. I myself didn't want Sterling to leave. He was one of my favorite players at the time at the club when he was playing. Just how he evolved under Pep, I really liked. I really liked how he did it, and he gutted it through because he had his criticizers, right? But that move to Chelsea, maybe if Tuchel had remained, it'd be a different story. But that place is all over the place. FIFA goes, but it was easy. Okay, no, I hear you. The girl, RK, the last 3 seasons have been great for me, and my girl started following City. Nice. Honestly, from you know what I saw? You know what I saw recently? Sorry, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but I saw she wasn't. I'd say she's in her 20s. She was in her 20s, and I hadn't seen this before, but it looked like she either ordered like a big shirt, or she customized the shirt, but she made a shirt look like a dress. So I don't know how big of a shirt that would have been. And she wasn't big to begin with, but she turned a shirt into a dress. And that sky blue, the city blue, it looked good. Can't lie. It looked good. I didn't look too long. I'm a married man, but it looked good. We will smash Leicester. We will do our thing, FIFA. We will do our thing. You are teaching them well, Vader. Blue Heart, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I'm remembering my time with my dad and how he just passively and kind of got me obviously liking the same things that he did, and it was just shared experiences. But my kids know the way I react to like not only attacking opportunities, getting closer on my chair or standing up, but also like how I flinch at sometimes shots being taken or bad passes being made. They know the passion. They see the passion for sport. They're living it as well. I did not know that. Mane punched. I did not know that. My bad. My big bro is a United. His 2 daughters like City because they see the blue ribbons on the title. Yo, Andrew, that must be killing them. Families that have brothers, sisters, brother-in-laws and all that nature that have different, opposing team fan bases it's always fun because you get the playful messages back and forth. Oh, 1 second. So sorry about that. Hopefully you guys couldn't read lips. But yeah, when you have households with different allegiances, it's always great because you get to share back and forth messages and, goat them on. Blue Heart, let's hope they stay City. They'll stay City. Trust me. Once Yeah, you know what? It depends on the influence. The influence is huge, right? Now, let me do this. Let me do this. Go boom. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this because you guys have definitely seen this already. Let me take this off screen. Ederson save reviews. Okay. Ederson save reviews. This can't be spoken about enough. So let me put this, let me actually try to find it first. And let me get to it because he needs his praise. He needs his praise. Okay, hold on. Sorry, bear with me. Oh my. What? I'm trying to find it here. Oh, did they not? Oh, damn. You know what? I'm gonna have to just talk about it. Damn it. I ruined that. But, and I think Blue Heart brought it up, correct me if I'm wrong, in the comments with regards to Musiala's shot. But the one thing that was done often within the game were the outside. Like outside the 18-yard box, Musiala obviously was inside the 18-yard box when he took a shot. But Sane was testing him early. And Sane obviously knows Ederson, right? He's played on the squad. I think he quickly said, you know what? Let me test them and let me maybe put a shot on target that might cause a poor save, and maybe another teammate can get in the mix to maybe get a rebound in, jump at that. Ederson answered every test last night. And I can't stress this enough. I've been studying my UCL. Those of you that have kind of caught me on Have Hope's channel a few times, I've been studying UCL. I'm getting fluent in UCLEs. It's about not giving your opposition chances to get back into a game. It's about controlling and really being sound defensively. We all know this. The reasons for our exit out of the Champions League has never been because of our attacking ability. Has never been about our quality attacking, our quality in attack, quality in scoring. It's never been the case. Sorry, one. So it's going to be one of those minimize the offense of the opponent. And that's why some of these second legs have been so disturbing, because we've seen how teams have set up against us. And yeah, you get the away goal and then you can kind of sit. No, how we've been managing it, how the players have improved, how the approach from Pep has been, we're not going to leave ourselves vulnerable for counters or leave ourselves vulnerable for goals. Yes, in a run of play that's going to happen, but we're going to reduce the number, minimize it. And that's exactly what we did. Now, the goal review. Should we do a goal review? Let me know in the comments. Let me do these comments real quick, but let me know in the comments which goal we should review. Let's see. Andrew goes, yeah, I remind him every chance, and everything I buy is always blue. Non-red, he hates that more. Listen, Andrew, I'm in a tough spot. Because as a Canadian, obviously our flag, red and white. Most of the national gear with regards to our football team is white, although we have alternative colors, which is black. So it's a tough one. I love the fact that our jerseys this year, red and black, we brought those back. I was really happy with that, but it's tough. The kids know to cheer for City Blue. They know that. Andrew goes, love, we need to keep winning. We keep winning's in our future, man. We play like this. This is the thing. It's all about the quality of play. And that's why it's not so much, I get it. Some will say it's whether you win or lose. Yeah. But it's how you're playing, because how you're playing can show whether the winning will be consistent or if you can if you fluke the win, right? So how we're playing is so key. I think our winning is going to I think our style of play is going to dictate a lot of wins. Cap goes, Ederson showed me he's up for the fight yesterday. He did. And it's the form that's going to continue on. Once you do that, it's rinse and repeat. You're in a groove. You're in a flow. And I think Ederson's going to continue this on 100%. It's great to see. Andrew goes, nah, I don't let my recruit. Oh, nah, I don't let my recruit go. I actually convert anyone new to football. Okay, good recruiter. I'm with you. Tapiwa goes, or M. True that. What has always let you down is those moments in the clutch. Yeah, clutch moments, yeah. When chaos ensues and the defense has to dig deep. I will never isolate this just to one player. But I think that their mentality there to be on it during the most difficult times, many of those players aren't at the club anymore. I'm not going to name them, but what you're describing right there, to be up for it, to be resolute, those players that weren't quite at that level, to be there with the level of mentality required, aren't at the club anymore. Blue Heart, get your free thumbs up, guys. They are free after all. Please. Again, I don't do this enough. I know I should. I've been told, hey, Vader, you need to remind them in the chat, hit that sub button, hit the like button. Again, I can't say this enough. I'm pleasantly joyed and surprised when I see the view numbers, when I see the reoccurring comments, right? Those in the comments saying, Vader, I like what you're doing. I'm so pleased by it. If you can continue to share this in your group chats, you want to clip a moment of this and be like, listen, this was jokes, or this was brilliant. You want to move this on. Here's something that I didn't think of. Share this amongst the group. Or Vader is out in left field, out in Mars, and share it just to be like, how could this guy even think this? Do that for me. It's always appreciated. Manon goes, great analysis and show. There's something going on with the algorithm. It's actually difficult to find this live stream even after searching on YouTube. I don't know what it is. You know what? Because I've been trying to make sure that I let the show go for a few minutes so that it's live before I actually go live. I think I give it like a 2-minute run. Just have the kind of intro music going. But I don't know why it doesn't kick in. I'm going to continue to work on it. Maybe it's early likes. I don't know. Actually, maybe I should be liking my own video when it's live. I don't do that, but maybe I should be doing that. I don't know. I'm gonna work on it. And man, thank you so much. Cap goes, I think Grealish gets a lot of credit for Impaccuno, probably butchering his name. Goal. He pretended he was going to kick it into space. Oh yeah, he's going to kick it into. I don't know what you're trying to say here. Pretend he was going to kick it into. I think you're trying to say kick it out wide, but squeeze, and then the space suddenly was very. Yeah. Oh no, Cap, I got you. I got you. So yeah, Grealish disguised how he was going to press him, and he closed on that ground really quick. This is another thing, Cap. This is another thing. Grealish is low key, and it shouldn't be low key anymore, but he's low key fast. Let's remember how he closed down Salah, who's one of the fastest in the league. Grealish, those calves are for something. The man is quick, and he disguised that press, and it resulted in that goal. And this is another thing that I want to talk about. I'm not going to go on a rant, but I need to say this. When rivals want to talk about, or rivals that we played against, and you know what? I'm going to say it. You Arsenal fans, the 2 times that we played, if you want to say, City only got a win because of our mistakes, Arsenal fans saying our mistakes was why City were able to win. Those aren't unforced errors. They're not unforced mistakes. It's pressure that City's applying on why those happened. So, stop with this. Stop with this. You didn't make mistakes out of nowhere. You made mistakes because you were put in moments of where you had to react quickly and where you crumbled, where you made mistakes because of the forced pressure. Let's relax with that. It's annoying. Sorry. Andrew, we need to keep liking and sharing the video. Andrew, thank you. Thank you so much. Do the thing. First things first, my peeps. You guys are my peeps. Please do that. And like I said, I'm refining this. I'm making sure that this continues to improve as a show. FIFA goes 7-0 Saturday. I'm not mad at that. That goal differential would be huge. I would love to see it, FIFA. I would love to see it. Let me know who's scoring the 7. Tell me that. Who's scoring the 7? Blue Heart, are you tempting the gods, FIFA? See, Blue Heart, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What is he doing? We need the win. That's what we need to win against Leicester. That's first and foremost. Andrew goes, I think our squad is battle tested and ready for digging deep to find results. Andrew, the reason why we're battle tested is because of the amount of rotation that Pep executed early in the season. Pep has played every player, Rico Lewis, Sergio Gomez, in matches where many of us would have been like, why is he going with this 11 or why is he doing this? And yeah, maybe in all honesty, it's cost us. It's cost us because he could have played his most trusted 11, but then we risk burnout. Then we risk not being available now. So all players are battle tested. There's really only a few that, and no disrespect, because how they've been so far in the season. It would be Sergio Gomez, it would be Calvin Phillips, and it would be Maximo Perrone. If they were on the pitch, there would be like, I don't know if they're ready for it. I don't know if they're up for it. If they were placed there as starters. But everyone else, Rico Lewis, Walker, right? Just to kind of name who would kind of be out there. Even you know what? Sorry, let me put Cole Palmer in the mix if he were to start. But it's not like, oh, you're stressed. It's not stressed if those guys are playing because Pep has trusted them and put them on early in the year. Now, did you guys tell me in the comments which goal review we should do? You know what? No, I'm not. The goal review that got me amped, we're not even going to do this. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it. The goal review that got me so amped is going to be the first one because it was unexpected. We know Rodri's quality. We know his quality, right? We know when he's kind of occupied the space and when he's hinted, when he's kind of given us the sense that he's about to shoot. The reason why I'm going to do a goal review on the first one is because I did not see it coming at all. He disguised it. He took it with his left foot. The placement of it in those windy, rainy conditions deserves a review. We're going to do it. Let's do it. Let's put it on screen. Let's go. Let's go. Let me do this proper too. Let's do it.
Vader game.
Now, let me rewind a bad boy. Played out to him. And I'm not saying this, but I'm not saying this as of now. Rodri's not there right now. But we know that one of the best to have ever done it, Busquets. Rodri obviously should aspire to it, and he's showing that with continued performances like this, the calmness on the ball, the knowing where pressure's coming to and where the outlets, the release valves are, he's going to be a problem if he continues playing like this. All right, let's look at this goal. So unexpected because of where he is on the pitch. The fact that he's taking with his left foot. But this is what I want to point out. This is what's so brilliant. Look at how he waits for the man to come and just takes him out of the play. Look at what he did. I think that's Musiala, I think. Look at what he did. Took him out of the play completely. And I did not expect this. And I'm looking over here. I'm looking over here because that's where it is on my screen, but obviously it's there for you. Yeah, actually I can kind of do both. So look at what he does. Takes him out of the play, gains control again. This wind up, this about to unleash the one of the best finesse shots that I've seen all season was absolutely brilliant. Hopefully I can pause it at the right time. That ball's not in the net yet. And it's not going to show up on screen. But look, the ball's in. Haaland, arms wide, celebrating like as if he had scored the goal. And what's not on camera is Akanji's reaction. Akanji is like mind blown. Like, what did I just see here? It was one of those reactions, and we absolutely erupted. The game over here happened at 3:00 my time, so made sure to get the work out of the way. Like I said, little work and play. Had the game on the screen. But I erupted. I was loud. I was screaming like, "Whoa, Rodri, go!" I was going crazy. That was absolutely beautiful, and I love how the team celebrated. Look at Rodri, man. Man's calm, pointing to the stands, the city supporters. That's for you. That's for you. Let's see it again from a different angle. This is gonna show. This is gonna give it more justice. Look. Skirt. Oh, and you know what? He knew exactly what he was going to do. As soon as he got that defender out of the way, where he pushed that ball, Rodri already knew what he was about to do. Left foot, did not know he had it. I'm gonna be real with you. Now, when I play my FIFA 23, I'm gonna be taking those shots. I didn't think Rodri had it. I don't think he got the proper respect with his weak foot in the game. But I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna do it anyways. Let me go back to the comments. Sorry, I got a little amped up there. Oh, FIFA goes back to easy win. Haaland 4 goals. Okay. I see what you're doing. Blue Heart. I also think City can still go up a level, Andrew. Maybe 2. Like the thumbnail said, levels. I think there's still levels that we're going to get to as a club and as these players are performing. I'm with you. Dr. Footy in the building. If we keep Bayern out at halftime next game, surely we go through. It's going to be a great game, great cagey game. They have to come out. We need to pick our spots. We don't need to rush, risk anything, right? And we can take a lot of air out of the ball. We can like slow down the game, but make that clock go because we hold that possession and we move the ball around. We make them chase. A lot of options now that we have this 3-goal lead. Anyone else going to Wembley? That's a comment in the chat. My guy M goes, algorithm can be stubborn at times, but it slowly gets there. I think that's why people are always pressed for likes because it kind of helps push the video. No, I'm with you, M. I think that's important. I need to do better in terms of reminders and asking. I've seen some channels actually they put one of the questions or poll questions in the chat. So I guess before it says, have you hit that like button before you can kind of comment or something like that. So that might be something I do in the future. But when I look at a video the next day and I'm seeing sometimes 20 plus likes for me, again, early settings, early beginnings, I'm very appreciative. Let me move. Dr. Footy, if we avoid defeat at Madrid in the first leg, we go through. We are Dr. Footy, I hear you, but I'm not there yet. I'm here. I'm thinking about next game, Leicester. Dr. Footy, I hear you. I shouldn't have been read that out loud, but I hear you. EDS nearly scored. Imagine. FIFA, I'm with you. Cap, exactly. Tired of them just making excuses, saying they are mistakes. A lot of times they crumble under the pressure. That's it. These aren't unforced errors. This isn't tennis. These are forced errors. This is City imposing will, dominating, dictating, right? It's dictation out here. We're saying exactly what we want you to do when we're forcing you into spots. That's what we do, all right? It's us. Jack was like Cheetah closing down Salah. That's Cheetah, not cheater. I'm with you. I like that wordplay. Jack, like Rodri, Did not know that Rodri had that left foot finesse in his locker. I knew Jack was quick, did not know he had that level of pace. If Pep wanted to, let's understand, and I think I talked about this on the last show. If Pep wanted to, he could play balls behind. He could say, Jack, go run that down. I don't know how many of those type of runs Jack could actually do, but the pace is there. We know that. FIFA's giving out who's going to score. I see you. Let me go to some of these comments. What do we got? FIFA, bet Cancelo feels like a clown. That's something I was actually going to talk about it on CIA. But Sane, Cancelo, Sterling, they have to be looking at what City's doing this year and being like, damn, especially Cancelo. Cancelo was here. Cancelo, if he just fixed up, right attitude, right mentality, the man would have been contributing. But for whatever reason, and I think the frustration that he showed on why he wanted out was because of what he was asked to do in terms of his role. And I know Pep, because Pep's only talking about the players here. He mentioned that Walker in the inverted role doesn't quite fit him. I actually believe because of what was asked defensively, it wasn't going to work for Cancelo either. Yeah, he could do his thing and recognize where to be in terms of buildup, but I think the challenge part is also to sniff out danger and to be ready defensively. And I don't think Cancelo was up for it. If you could have combined a Cancelo and Walker, I think you get what we get, you get the performances and what we have been happy to see out of Rico Lewis. He just needs a little more maturity. And I think you also get, not quite with the pace, but you get what Stones is doing. Absolutely fantastic. McLovin in the building. What up, B? Good to catch you live. Thank you, McLovin. We've been talking a little bit. I'm moving on a little long. I did the one goal review. With regards to Rodri. It was absolutely exquisite. It was beautiful to watch. And I'm going to be watching more of it, to tell you the truth. Andrew goes, Jack tracked back yesterday and slowed down Coleman, I think. He did. Jack also came back as well. And again, I don't want him to have to do that too many more times. Let's relax. Let's not have him have to get back there like that. But he definitely has the speed. FIFA, no light show yesterday. Bet Martin was gutted. No light show. The weather wouldn't allow it. Rodri, golazo. Rodri was totally in the zone when he buried that ball in the first goal. Man. And it was infectious. You could see how everybody was amped up. And his reaction to the crowd, I love that, man. I love that recognition. Musiala was sent to the shop like a youth. Musiala's soul was kind of snatched with that moment. Zinchenko's soul was snatched from what Trent did. There's a lot of like, woo, slow down. Know how you're defending. Don't get embarrassed. Moments happening lately. Blue Heart. That was, shoulder drop. You know what? Blue Heart. KDB's been doing that a lot lately too. I don't know if he's been watching some video because, film study, but I've been noticing that KDB was going to kind of often he would get the ball and just go to the direction that he wanted to. What I've been noticing lately is maybe Pep's talked to him, maybe the coaching staff has talked to him, but I've seen him do a lot of body feints either before going to the ball or before moving the ball, and he's done a lot of defenders, and it's given him some time. It was great to see. He was doing that a lot yesterday too, as well. Right on cue. There you go. Off topic. Mueller the clown. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Klilnical. Rodri only scores stunners. Rodri is key. Rodri may be late. He may be late, but he's always on time. Always on time. Look at the goals that he delivers, man. So beautiful to watch. What happened to my comments? How'd that happen? Oh, damn. Hold on. Let me find this again. Oh, yeah. Blue Heart, loving. Can't wait till you get 100. From your fingers to God's eyes and ears. Thank you, FIFA. To be honest, we are already in the final. FIFA, stop doing that, man. We're gonna get there. It's Leicester. I keep telling you, it's Leicester. All right, let me go to the rest of the. I'm gonna get to the rest of the comments in a sec, but let me do this
Vader games.
now. Talked about Ederson save review. We did the goal review, Rodri in particular. All the other ones. Should I do? I should do the Haaland one. You know what? I'm not going to do the Haaland one. I'm not going to do the Haaland one. But the Haaland one shows again that he is not just a tap-in merchant. He's not just a scorer. Haaland can help with the build-up. Haaland can pass for assists and for shooting opportunities. Haaland can pull away defenses, we'll say decoy, but he can pull away defenses, be the focus point, and allow others to score. He is more than just scoring goals. The man's a complete player, and he's showing that more and more with each game. And this is year one for Haaland. This is year one for Alvarez. I don't need to say this to you, City fans. I don't. You guys know this. You guys know what year one's all about. These rivals that think things are going to get easier next year. I'm doing my pep. Next year is going to be scary. Scary. Mike Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason. It's going to be like that next year. It's going to be like that. Scary settings next year. Okay, so Ederson review, goal review, Alvarez green light. I talked about this at the beginning. Alvarez's green light is huge because we saw him get subbed on. Alvarez got subbed on for KDB, and we know it's not like for like. But the green light that Alvarez has had, and I think a large part of it is the trust, the confidence, I should say, that he has in himself. Alvarez has the confidence in himself to kind of whip some of these passes, to deliver some of these crosses, right? We saw it early season. He kind of took some passes. They didn't quite hit the mark, but it's the mentality to want to take them, right? It's the willingness. It's being comfortable to, like, if I miss with this pass, I'm okay. It's not gonna crush me. I'm not gonna be reluctant to take another pass. I love the green light that Pep's given him, and it resulted in that goal, and in that goal that actually ended up being an option for Silva to score, because that ball, Haaland, Silva, boom, right? My lighting is tripping again. Let's see, what side is it? It's that side. No, it's that side. I think that's better. Yeah, that's a little better. No, I gotta adjust this side. One sec. Cool. There we go. But the green light for Alvarez is huge. And I'm not doing this now. I said this at the beginning of the show. But when we think about our 11, starting 11, possible rotation, who remains on the squad, who doesn't, it's going to be a great problem to have, to see how do we get Haaland, how do we get Alvarez, how do we get Foden, how do we get KDB, how do we get Mahrez, Grealish, Rodri, Perone, Palmer. How do we get all these players on the pitch? I'm not doing this now, but I love how Alvarez came on and had the ability to just be as confident as he needs to be, and deservingly so. World Cup winner, right? Did his thing at River Plate. I think, was he the only one, or did he match a record, scoring 6 goals in a game? That's not easy to do. 6 goals in a game. And we have another player in Haaland who scores 5s and 4s like it's nothing, right? We've got that type of quality in those strikers. Great problem to have. Alvarez's green light is going to continue, and we're going to have some heavy rotation needed because these games are so key. We need everybody fresh. Now, let me also quickly go to the comments. Hopefully they're still lined up. Blue Heart goes, lighting look okay on screen. Okay, my bad. It seemed a little bright. It was a little bright on me, so I want to adjust that real quick. Beep in the building. Oh, that's sweet cross. Woo! There we go. My bad. The sweet cross. There we go. And Stones. Guys, Stones has been with us since 2017. and he's still improving. He's still improving. I can't say it enough. How he's playing in that, the way he played in that role, it's absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. He is a center back interchanging. You know what? When we talk about this with you guys in the comments, I sometimes get derailed because it takes me to, and I don't suffer from ADHD or anything like that. But the way we have these combos and things, ideas that pop into my mind, I'm like, you know what? Let me stay on track. This versatility from Stones and Akanji, the fact that those two players can play right back or right center back and kind of interchange in the way it's allowed for this inverted fullback is absolutely brilliant. Never would have thought it in a million years, but the way Peps has made it happen is absolutely fantastic. Some are saying Alvarez could cover for KDB. I wouldn't go against that. For how KDB's been playing so much higher up the pitch, especially now that we have an additional body in the midfield, I think it allows for it. Back when we were more of a 4-3-3, I'd say no. But yeah, this system that Pep has, Alvarez in for KDB, Alvarez in for a Gundo. You can see it. You can see it. Blue Heart, you're onto something. Klilnical, it's funny how rivals are shocked at Haaland's assists, but his one against United is better to me. That's I mean, what's the word I'm looking for? It's amnesia, but it's like convenient. There we go. Convenient amnesia by these rivals. Oh, they happen to forget or not. Nah, they know. They just don't bring it up. Klilnical. They know. Haaland has more assists than Kane. And look at what he's doing. Look at the season that Haaland's going. The year one, man. Year one. Haaland year one. Absolutely amazing. Beep. What had you laugh, man? What did I do? What happened? McLovin. Kevin can't keep on being subbed off in later stages of UCL. We need him to lead. When he left the pitch at McLovin, you're right. Going back to last year, Pep's learned from this. I believe Pep's learned from this. And again, I've stressed, I've reached out, I've said, Pep, let's meet, let's share some notes because I do have some things I want to share with him, and I think that could be helpful for this season and seasons to come. But I agree. I think what Pep tried to do last year with regards to that Champions League second leg against Real Madrid and the subs that he made was like, listen, I'm gonna defend here. I'm gonna fend off. But what he learned in that moment too was players not coming, players not making themselves available for that ball. And it might be painful to go back and watch it, but look at how many times Ederson was actually kicking the ball long. Look at how many times we weren't moving into space the whole possession. We didn't want the ball there. And I agree with you. KDB is not going to be subbed off if that is the case amongst the players. But in this game in particular, like I said earlier in the show, McLovin, you might have missed it, but that sideline ankle kind of twist is, I think, why Pep and the coaching staff took him off. Right? Let's not put extra runs on that ankle. And game looked to still be in control. And we did what we had to do, man. We did what we had to do. Blue Heart, thumbs up, looking lovely. Give. Please do it. Please do it. Please do it. What we got here? McLovin, City played good, but the moment KDB came on the pitch and we introduced Julian, we started playing pep ball. That's when the 2 goals came. That is when the 2 goals came. But McLovin, let's not forget, KDB was putting those crosses, those passes into some dangerous spots. And if guys were just a little calmer, a little more clinical, we would have had a goal. Look at the ball that kind of got to, what was going to get to Diaz. Defense made a good move. Let's look at some of the plays that happened a little earlier. Even Gundo kind of missed one a little bit, and that was based off of what KDB was doing. But I hear you, man. I hear you. I love the confidence that Alvarez continued to have when he got onto that pitch. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on this one, but I got to put this on screen. And maybe you guys will agree or disagree, but I got to say this. If someone comes to you, rival or not, and the first thing they want to say with regards to a player is the stats, be cautious, hear them out, and then have the conversation. Because more often than not, the person has forgotten the game, right? They don't remember what the player contributed in that game that doesn't fall onto the stats, or they didn't watch it. This day and time, too much is GA. What did this player contribute? GA, you know what I mean? But I love what Pep had to say. I love what Pep had to say in the last press conference with regards to Bernardo Silva. But it applies to more than just Bernardo Silva. It was applying to when Jack was playing as well, and it wasn't netting out in terms of GA. Stats are for those that don't remember or watch the game. All right. And I know this from rivals for sure, because rivals are more so watching their game. They're not watching the full 90 of us. Let's be honest. Unless we're playing each other, it's very different. But Silva, yes, he got the goal today or yesterday. But if he hadn't, many would have looked at his game and not even quite given him the credit that he deserved. That man was phenomenal playing on that right wing and what he had to do with that assignment. We know this. I've said this on previous shows, even before I think when there was only one or two of you kind of watching the vids. And I wasn't putting myself in thumbnails. They were just like the generic, not the generic, but it was just kind of like, why always me? But it's more than just the stats, because what Silva did yesterday, yes, he got the goal. What Jack has done, even what Rodri's done, right? There's players and how they contribute and what they do that doesn't show up on the stat line. We gave John Stones praise in that RB Leipzig game because of how he was moving, how he was controlling the game, how he was there side by side with Rodri and what they did in terms of the assignment. Kudos to what Pep did, because he is reminding us all the brilliance of Silva isn't on the stat line. The brilliance of Jack isn't on the stat line. Even with what they would want to sometimes beat KDB over with, or even Gundo. Oh, what did KDB do with goals and assists? It's not just about that. Because the turnaround too is sometimes KDB has had a poor game, but he delivered on an assist. And when I say poor game, I mean poor game to his standards. But what Silva had to do last night, absolutely amazing. What Jack has been doing, and I know it's netting out with him being a lot more aggressive, a lot more direct, but even when he wasn't, what he's allowed us to do from a team standpoint, the control, the winning of fouls, the frustrating of an opponent to cause them to do things differently against us is absolutely brilliant. Let me go to the comments because I'm gonna be wrapping up shortly. I missed this from Blue. He goes, if it wasn't for their keeper, it would have been 5+ goals. That's true. But at the same time, Blue, I'm with you. It would have been 5+ goals. But if it wasn't for our keeper, we could have conceded 2 or 3. Let me say 1 or 2. We could have conceded 1 or 2. Musiala for sure, and maybe one of those shots. Oh, was there a header too? Yeah. You know what? I hear you. I'm glad that we kept that clean sheet, because mentally wise, what are they going to do? How are they going to get a goal? Blue Heart goes, in truth, stats are full of excuses. Stats with no context. Stats from someone that did not watch the game, useless. I don't want it. I don't want your opinion if all you're going off of stats. If you'd watched the game and you're also bringing stats with your opinion, I'm with you. But it's pure stats, sorry, I'm done. I'm not doing it. Bernardo Silva, 80 million at least. Blue, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough if he goes, man. It's gonna be tough if he goes. But the one thing that I absolutely appreciate and love about him as a player is he leaves it on that pitch. There's no half effort. He's not for it. You see how he plays, and honestly, that performance, he's a player playing for the Champions League. He is a player playing for the Champions League. You saw it. You saw it last night. Andrew, Alvarez might not get to remember he is a Haaland replacement, not KDB, but most times he subs for KDB. Alvarez came in. Alvarez is not a Haaland replacement because honestly, those two came in at the same time. I think Pep's always had a vision for the two of them to be on that pitch, to share, to overlap and to share moments. But as we look at KDB and what we asked of him, right, in terms of the role right now, Alvarez suits in well to come in for a KDB or a Gundo when we still want the danger, when we still want that guy, that Viking striker up top, when we still want that guy. It makes the most sense. Bernardo is still at City because of lack of stats. Wait, Bernardo is still at City because of his lack of stats. Clubs don't want to spend 70 million on no GA. Yo, McLovin, I love it. I love it. That's the thing. I'm gonna use that. Yo, I'm gonna give you credit, McLovin. I'm gonna give you credit. But the reason why Bernardo is not out of here is because no one wants to pay those mucho dineros for a guy that doesn't deliver on the GA. I love it. Andrew goes, Bernardo Silva has 2 years on his contract. He ain't going no way. He isn't, but then there's the business aspect of it, right? How you retain value and so on. Whether we let him go on a free, who knows? Andrew, how about Jack in the midfield for KDB? I'm with you on that one. I'm also curious where Jack would suit best, whether it would be the kind of like left center mid, like on the left side of the pitch or right side of the pitch. I think, I don't know. That's a good one. A good problem to have. Klilnical. Ederson looks so much more focused with Ortega in the squad, and I love it. Both of them improving each other. Yes. Both of them training together, being able to pick up cues. Someone saying, you know what, maybe do this better or notice this, a tendency. It's really good. You're right. Competition is absolutely amazing within a squad. McLovin, winning big games is about what you do in both boxes. We have a monster in the opposition box, and we have 3 monsters guarding our box. City have a chance this season, Vader. We have this bad boy swag. McLovin, I'm not going to lie to you. I said this earlier. My workout today was easy. The push-ups, the sit-ups, the bench, the lunges. It was all easy. It was all easy work today. And it's because of the it is because of the swag. It's because of the players now and the form that they're in, right? You see them playing for each other, and it's inspiring. It's inspiring, and when you play for your fellow teammate, right? When you're encouraging each other, when you're lifting each other up, when you have this common goal and mentality for it, it's infectious, man. It's special. It's special. One game at a time, though. Blue Heart, absolutely right, Bitter. KDB can have a poor game yet score a brilliant free kick or provide a brilliant pass. It is. He does it all the time. I can see Jack in the midfield, Andrew. I think he's a natural for midfield place. Good call, Andrew. Yeah. We can see Jack. I hate doing this. The season's not over. I want to do this when the season's over, right? But we can see Jack go to the midfield. We can see Foden maybe occupy that left wing spot. Man, guys, you guys are too good. Andrew, I respect that, Blue Heart. And to you, Andrew, I like that. Now, these stats, someone comes to stats and they didn't watch the game, don't have the conversation. It's just a waste of time. I'm actually, before I go to let me go to this. Actually, let me do this properly.
Vader game.
Okay, next game on Saturday. We talked about this on CIA, but this is a key game. Champions League, first legs are going to be over with. From what I understand, everyone's healthy. We want that to remain that way. This game against Leicester is going to be huge, important. Leicester are playing for their lives, so we need to go in there, handle business. I would like a professional, dominant, ball control, dominant game. possession dominant game. I'm not doing a score right now, but I want it calm. I want it so calm that Pep makes subs at around the 60th minute. You know, like kind of like what Pep did, kind of like what Pep did against Liverpool. I want a nice controlled game. I want a nice controlled game. Let's keep these bodies nice and healthy. And when I say healthy, we need healthy bodies, we need player rotation, and we need those subs mid-game, right? Let's get those subs mid-game. Let's make sure everyone is fresh and ready to go, because the season's far from over. Talked about this on a previous show. The season's far from over. And this year in particular, we got a lot of teams that are going to be fighting, and we got to be gritty. We got to be up for the fight. So Pep can have a good player rotation when games are in control. If you can make those subs to keep everyone kind of fresh and sharp, right? Even those that are subbed on need to remain sharp. I'm not saying, and we know Pep's not going to play the same 11 all the time. He's going to be playing based off of the opposition. We could see, a start from Mahrez as opposed to a start from Silva. To be honest with you, Silva might rest the next game, maybe come on as a sub, but that's what we should expect to see. So that's what I want with regards to this Leicester game. We need to keep the momentum going. We need to keep this winning ways going. And whether it adds to Arsenal feeling pressure, possibly, but we focus on what we need to do, that Leicester game. Let me go to these comments. Andrew, yeah, Ortega is a shot stopper, so hence Ederson's save percentage probably higher, and we are not going to hear about that. True, Ederson and Ortega quality, where Ortega can improve on his ball distribution. He is nice. He's not Ederson nice, but he is nice. And from a shot stopping standpoint, Ederson looks to have raised his level to what we know Ortega to be. Ortega's nice, man. We've got two great options there. General Ruben, man. I could praise so many players based off of that Champions League game. And the only reason why I don't is because, honestly, I was happy with everyone across the board. Everyone across the board. Some had their iffy moments or whatever, but for the most part, everyone was quality. Everyone was quality. We will adopt. You think Leo's coming? McLovin, what do you mean by that? Oh, we will. Oh, my bad. Gotcha. I should have looked ahead. We will. All right. I'm with you. I'm confident as well. Has anyone seen Grizz Khan? He's gone missing since the Bellingham news. Listen, the Don Grizz or the Grizz Dons of the content creators out there will have a lot of explaining to do. They're going to have a lot to answer to. Because again, they obviously claim information that's privy to them by a source. They would never expose their source, and they never should. However, their sources should remind them not to have the same confidence that they exude, because they're made to look really silly. Because these aren't predictions. They're not predicting that said player is coming. They've said the deal's done. The deal's done. He's coming to the club. Like, that's how they've talked about this player. So that's not the way I move. But that's what they do. And I look forward to kind of seeing the clips and seeing how they explain it, Blue. How do they explain this one? The Grizz and the Don Hussams, you know what I mean? How do they explain this one? It's going to be great. Blue Heart. Has to be, as you call it, Vader, professional and controlled. Leicester are going to low block. Yes, you're right, Blue. They are going to low block. In my opinion, we need to get quick early goals, as many as we can, and we can rest players for the second leg. I'm also okay if we have the ball control. We get that 1 or 2 goals, not necessarily like crush them or blitz them early, but we get that 1 goal, that second goal. I'm confident with how we can defend. If they decide to kind of like throw the kitchen sink and they're just trying to flood flood with their attack, trying to overload us, I think we can still dissect them and really comfortably win. ZX in the building, or ZX. Bernardo yesterday, magnificent. I really hope we don't replace him with someone named Jude. ZX. What's with this Jude, non-Jude stuff, man? Like, he's a 19-year-old kid. He's a 19-year-old kid. He would never be a Bernardo Silva. Honestly, has there been a Bernardo Silva? Right? He's a different player. But if there's a replacement, I hear you. But if there's a 1-year overlap where he gets to see Bernardo Silva up close, I know this is a dream world that I'm living in, but if he's able to see a Bernardo Silva up close for 1 full year and see the work ethic, see the approach to the game, see how he studies opponents, see how he trains. Ooh, Jude trying to add that to his game, because he does have an engine. Jude does have an engine. He does have a motor on him. He can log those miles. Andrew, sorry, Bader, but who's your top 5 City players? Silva, David Silva, Ilano, Yaya, Company, King. My 5. Aguero, Yaya, Company, Silva. Aguero, Yaya, Company, Silva. And my 5th. Oh, that's a tough one, man. My 5th one. That's a tough one, because honestly, Joe Hart was so good. I'm gonna go of players that are no longer playing. That would have been the core. Joe Hart, for what he did, he was amazing. A traditional keeper. We got Yaya, we got Company, we got Silva, we got Aguero of that era, and then obviously the greats, right? I mean, the greats that have also been recognized by the club with regards to, Colin Bell, Summer B, like. But in terms of what I've watched and seen play, it's those guys, man. It's those guys. All right, let me try to wrap this up. McLovin, I always thought City winning the UCL would take a season where our journey is not linear. Under Pep, we have been favorites because of our dominant league form. This season, we have been underestimated. We've been underestimated because of how brilliant Arsenal have been. So it's kind of put a shadow on how we've been, because 4 wins, 4 losses. I know that's already matched or exceeded what we did last year. I think we were 3 wins and 3 draws last year. But the difference is there's so many other factors. World Cup and how brilliant Arsenal's been, and different players, new system that Pep's introduced. I'll be the first to admit we haven't been our ways, but that's why I'm saying there's levels that we can still get to. We will get there because we're getting into that form. McLovin. And there's something about City letting go of bad eggs. Sane, that propelled us even further with our goals. Yeah, we reached our first final. Now, after letting go of Cancelo, Raheem, etc., players who were comfortable. It's true. And I know maybe the catchphrase control is overused, but like what we saw from Sane, taking his chances for Bayern, a few outside of the box shots. And I get it. He's taking his chances. But for one player to have taken so many, that wouldn't fly over here at City. It's like, let's do some team ball, break down the opponent. Let's see if you can get that shot off with less defensive players being in front of you, as opposed to you taking a taking your shot here. So I agree. Certain players had to go, and the mentality on what Pep wanted was probably the reason for why some of those players went, as well as the style of play that he wanted. Blue Heart goes, I'm also thinking of building our goal difference. You're right again, though. We could go for pace in the game and resting players in game. Blue Heart, a lot of options, man. A lot of options. And not in a couple shows, we're gonna go back to the whole goal tally, right? Because I remember at the time that we looked at when we projected that we're gonna hit about 120 goals at that time, that meant that we would have to score another 60 goals. So we'll see where things net out. I'm excited to do that. Blue Heart, KDB has to be there. He does. He does. You're right. He does. McLovin. Oh, but Blue Heart, the reason why KDB isn't is because he's still playing. He's still playing. Let me go back. Was the question, who are my top 5? Yeah, I hear you. The top 5's tough to do. It's tough to do. But that will be, you know what? That's gonna be a off-season show. We're gonna have to talk about that. Akanji, Ake are hungry. Grealish wants to prove himself. Haaland loves the responsibility. Bernardo is a warrior. Diaz needs no words. Rodri is Lucifer, I think you're trying to say himself. These guys want it. These guys are on a mission. They all want the Champions League. They all want a three-peat. They all want to win. And you can see it. You can see it from them. Monaco Bernardo, fire. ZX or ZX, I prefer McAllister, Barella, or Wirtz over Bellingham. He's anything but a Pep midfielder. At least Haaland is a generational, so we could comprise due to his abnormal abilities. I think. Oh, I think you mean compromise. Yeah. This Pep player thing. Bellingham would be clay to Pep. Pep can mold him. There's no such thing as a Pep player. I mean, skill set wise, I think Pep definitely wants you to have a certain level of skill set, comfortable on the ball, and being intelligent. And I think Jude exudes all of those things at a 19-year-old. He is brash. He is maybe a little rushed. The patience not there, but I think that's age. It's because of lack of experience. Andrew, KDB is class, but he's still playing. Yeah, KDB is class. And yeah, that's why I didn't quite mention him, because I was talking about past grades. Blue Heart, fair enough, Andrew. Yep. Who's your 5? I'll let you guys talk about the 5. I'll put this on screen for you guys. Blue Heart goes Andrew, David Silva, Yaya, Company, and Colin Bell, my personal favorites. Not mad at that at all. Colin Bell was a beast. It's unfortunate that there isn't more footage out there. There's key games, big games. You can find footage of it, but it's a shame there's not more of it. McLovin, once we win the FA Cup, and inshallah, find ourselves. I butchered that. Inshallah. Find ourselves in the UCL semifinals. 5 games to go. In the Premier League, the treble noise will get loud. McLovin, the treble noise is already starting. It's already starting. And I hear you with regards to, once we win the FA Cup. I hear you on that one. But the treble noise is already starting. United rivals are already worried about it. They're already going to be putting the energy out there. The games are winding down. We know that it's only going to intensify. That's why let's stay on track, one game at a time. I want to thank all of you within the comments. Our next game is against Leicester City. That's what we need to focus on. We deal with that. We move. Brilliant comments in the chat. I don't even know what the likes are like, but I'm going to be thankful for them, and I appreciate what you guys have done. At the same time, if you know what, I'm going to take a time and look. 27 likes. I think that's a record for me in terms of the show going down. I think that is a record for me. So Thank you so very much for that. Thank you for the comments. And you know what? We will meet again on Sunday. Sunday, it's going to be CE Intelligent Agendas. All right, CIA for short. It'll be week 31. We're going to do a review and preview. And we're going to have a lot to talk about. I'm going to have the other CIA agents with me. We're going to break things down. And this show, Why Always Me, episode 78, we talked about how City, City, small club, but we're getting some big wins. We're setting some big records, and we're actually showing to have some big results in the latter stage of the season, the most important time of the season. We're going to discuss that in CIA, and we know that our levels are going to continue to raise. And one thing to also point out, in my opinion, Ederson keeping that clean sheet, key. Man of the match performance, considered the conditions and the position that it puts us in with regards to the second leg against Bayern Munich. Let me say this real quick. King Colin was the only player from the past that could play in today's team. Just my opinion. I'm with you on that one. Yeah, in this system. The nose for goal, though, right? The GOAT, the nose for goal might be a thing, though. That might be a thing. I have to shout him out. Your 5 is fire. Thank you, Andrew. My coach made me watch some of this game, taught me the Colin Bell song. Yo, wicked. Quality show. Till the next time, Cap. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, everyone in the comments. I think I put everything that you guys shared with me on screen today, and we're going to be back for another show on Sunday. All right. Thank you so very much. Vader Games. First things first, my peeps. You guys came first, and you helped me create a great show. I'm out. Enjoy Champions League. Put your feet up. Relax. Watch the game. I will be doing it myself. And we move. Until next time, I'm Vader Games. This is Why Always Me, episode 78. And I'm out.